Mark with Geek here at the Victory Point Games booth at BGG.Con 2016. I have with me the owner and operator of Victory Point Games, Mr. Alan Emrich.
Hi, everybody.
And so we were talking, and we decided let's just go ahead and catch this on video, and let's walk us through some of the great stuff that you brought with you this year.
Well, this year we have set up sort of a demo-only booth across the aisle, and we brought a few copies of the games for demoing, but mostly we're just here to teach people how to play.
Excellent.
We brought High Treason, the Trial of Louis Riel. Now that's the kind of quirky Victory Point Games game that we love making. It's an obscure topic with a new system, and it's a fast two-player tug-of-war card game where each side is an attorney trying to
sway the jury.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic little game. People are going to like that one. And it comes with bonus cards already in the game. So,
very cool.
You know, the expansion's built in.
As we were talking earlier with Alex, he was saying there the what-if cards.
Right.
Like the what would have happened if this would have taken place.
Yeah, boy, this guy should have showed up at the trial and didn't.
Yeah.
You know, and then the Indian Chief Poundmaker, they tried later and hanged him.
Oh,
and he
so
should have been at this trial trying to save
19th
Louis.
century justice, essentially.
The best. All right, and then on this table we have Dawn of the Zeds, 3rd edition. Now that's our first game that we had printed overseas, and it's been amazing. We got to do a wonderful 3rd edition with streamlined systems and new characters and all kinds of things. And we're probably going to be selling out of that before Christmas this year. For all you shoppers, we're running real low on what we printed. So we may Kickstarter it to do a reprint, see if there's interested. And if we do that, we'll have our first expansion kit for that as well.
Oh, very
with
good.
New heroes. They're all designed. We're playtesting the new cards.
High quality stuff, too.
Thank you. It turned out really well. We're very happy with how the printers did with that. The cool thing about Dawn of the Zeds 3rd edition is it takes this classic solitaire game, States of Siege series, which is a real popular series. We have solitaire games where you defend the center against all comers. People think of it as a tower defense game, but it's much more. And in this game, we made it co-op, so you can all defend the tower as it were. And we even included, thanks to the Kickstarter, a versus game.
Okay.
So that is like the 5th player or the 2nd player if you're playing versus. But that person controls the bad guys.
Awesome.
And the beautiful thing about having Dr. Martus in the game controlling all the zombies is that both sides, whether the heroes are playing solitaire or co-op and you're playing versus, is that both sides every turn feel like they're just about to lose. There's no way they can win and nothing they can do. They screw each other so bad every turn that the other guy always feels just terrible every time he starts his turn.
Awesome.
And that is the best versus game ever.
Sure, and if it's Dawn of the Zeds,
Oh.
you got to have some tension.
Yeah, and well, it's all tension all the time.
Awesome.
You know, it's like after that game, you need a cigarette. I mean, it's that Dawn of the Zeds, 3rd edition. Also on our playtest tables, you'll find Healthy Heart Hospital.
One of the great titles of a board game in recent history.
Well,
Healthy Heart Hospital. That is awesome.
You know, the designers submitted that, and it never changed. Marketing couldn't improve it. I mean, it was just great.
Well, and the image on the box is great, too.
You know, that's our artist, Chelsea Autio.
Okay.
And she does fantastic art. Right now, she's working on a game we've hardly announced called Chariots of Rome.
Yeah, I see a box back here titled Chariots of Rome.
Right, and that's in the secret pile.
Okay.
And she's doing the art for that, and it looks fantastic. In fact, here, true story, they did the first printing of the art, and there it was on the table in the middle of the office.
Yeah.
And so I walked by and I said, wait a minute, is that the Chariot game that's being Kickstarted right now? Did somebody get that? Because I want to look at that. And they said, no, Alan, that's our game.
Are you talking about the Matt Leacock game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
great.
I'm looking at that saying, that's our art? That's amazing.
That's excellent.
So I was really thrilled. I hadn't seen it printed out or anything before. It's like, oh my God.
Well, we'll try and get some images up of especially Healthy Heart since it's not in view right now, and we'll try and throw them up on the screen.
Chariots of Rome. You might want to steal a quick preview.
Yeah,
peek.
we'll do that.
And then the last game on our table. Mm-hmm. The last game. Okay, that's Twilight of the Gods. All right, and it's done by Chris Cluey and Company.
Okay.
We're publishing it. But the cool thing about this is our first entry into the expandable card game universe.
Okay.
Not collectible. We're not out to rob everybody and take their kids' college money.
Sure.
You buy the box and you get everything.
Okay.
But it's our entry into the Magic Killer category.
Okay.
You know? So it's like the design is very well developed. What I did to decide whether or not to publish it, because we're not in that category, this is our first game. So I got my developers who play in the tournaments.
Okay.
Who are the cutthroat, scrote-ripping Magic players.
Excellent.
And I had them sit down and play this game, and they said, Alan, this is so great. It has got to happen.
Okay.
Because you have to make deals with your opponent. You pull surprises and sneak attacks on them. And it's a whole new level, a whole new set of mechanics that work with the core system of putting your guys out and, exhausting them and running them back and forth and fighting. But the whole hit point system is your deck. I mean, you have to make trades. There's so many ways to win, and they're all easy, cool mechanics.
Excellent.
So,
well, that's what you want in a card-driven game like that.
So we're throwing a Hail Mary pass,
nice.
But we think we've got the right game. We think we've got something nobody's seen before. We've got the right people who made it, and we're throwing our weight behind it. It should be kickstarted between Christmas and New Year, I think, is when the Kickstarter.
And you said in the box comes four
already made balanced decks, each with a different god leading that deck.
Okay.
And with its own power and its own approach to victory, because there's
nice.
many paths to winning that game. And so it comes with 4 balanced decks that you can play, and you can deck build with it and stuff, so that's fine too.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a couple expansions that first year too, with a couple more balanced decks, I think.
Okay.
But Chris Cluey is the guy to talk to on that. He's Mr. Twilight of the Gods knowledge source.
Well, we're gonna have to.
I'm just a proud publisher.
Yeah, hey, that's what you want to be. But we're gonna look into this game. Probably do a demo here in a minute.
Yes.
And when you guys do Kickstart, just let us know, and we'll throw it up on our podcast.
And in our secret pile, let's see. Let me move that over here. Chariots of Rome. Great cover. You're going to love this one.
That's the best artwork so far.
But this cover might even be better.
Ooh.
Everybody's been waiting for our Kickstarter game, Nemo's War. And this is our press-proof copy. This is what the printer sent us to look over. And
that is a really interesting cover. That looks nice.
Well, the artist, Ian O'Toole, did the cover illustrations. He illustrated every single card individually, so every story element, every ship was individually drawn.
Wow.
And he laid out the rules, so everything is
nice
inside this box. And all the components are there. If you need a secret look, we could show you that as
for
well.
sure.
So Nemo's War. That's coming, kids. We're turning around the last corrections now, so that should be hitting the printer hopefully before Chinese New Year or whatever their next holiday is. What a nightmare those are.
Chinese New Year slowing stuff down.
Oh, boy. Anyway, so that's the 5-minute tour. Oh,
excellent.
You interested in war games at all?
Sure. Well, it depends. Is this a 15-table war game or like a Twilight struggle war game?
No, this is actually if you put 2 of these tables together, you'd be fine.
Okay.
So it's a mini monster.
Okay.
This
Somewhere
is
in between.
The first game in a series called Frank Chadwick's ETO, European Theater of Operations.
Okay.
It's connected World War II games. And the first one is entitled Thunder in the East, and it presents the whole Russian front.
Okay.
And it's modeled on the game system Battle for Moscow, which is a classic introductory war game made in 1986. I know because Frank and I worked on that too back in 1986. And that engine writ large, so it's a player's game.
Okay.
It's not 2 big walls of pieces. You need spaces and zones of control. And it's a panzer pusher, and it plays really fast. Systems are elegant. It's everything we want. It's going to be 4 games in the series. Thunder in the East is the East. The Middle Sea is the South. Overrunning the West is the West. Fire in the North will cover Scandinavia.
Okay.
And then a 5th game is going to lock them in and make a giant campaign game.
Oh, okay.
And that'll give you the Battle of the Atlantic and all the economics.
Wow, okay, yeah.
It's going to be amazing. And we have been playtesting this. We've been taking it to Consim World. And hopefully we'll do our last filming this at Consim World next year, 2017.
Okay.
And we'll do the Kickstarter after we shoot footage and stuff.
Okay.
There.
Now, are you going to be releasing these in different chunks, or is it going to be one?
4 big chunks.
Okay.
And then a locking kit. So hopefully each year will be another one of the chunks, depending how long they take to playtest. But once we get this first one done, they're all using the same standard rules and stuff. We should be fine.
Awesome.
And we're just so excited. We haven't done a big war game before.
Oh yeah.
So this is like rumba.
I have to check that out for sure.
Okay. I brought a sneak peek of that too.
Oh well, we got to check all these out.
Guys. All right. So there you go.
Awesome, Alan. Well, it was
Let's play
awesome.
Games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's play games.
Personally, iGeek is a big fan of Victory Point games.
Yay.
We love their stuff. Their stuff is wonderfully priced. Give them your support and just check out their wonderful, unique games that they have.
Our games are obscure subjects, and we're an obscure publisher. So we're made for each other. But you are going to love these games.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Alan.
Okay.
I appreciate it.